Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope all of you are doing well. So guys, in today's video we'll see how we can create a Windows agent and then we can connect it to Jenkins master using a random port method. Okay, so let's start our today's video. So this is basically our Jenkins dashboard. So firstly what we'll do, we'll go to manage Jenkins and here we'll go to nodes, then we'll go to new node. We can give any name here. So let's give it as test slave. We can click on permanent agent, then we can click on create. So test slave name is coming here. Description, any description if you want to give, you can give. If you don't want to give, let it as it is. And in the number of executor, let keep it as 1. In remote root directory, we need to give a directory which is present there on your slave. So we'll go to our Windows machine. Here I have created one folder. Under C drive, there is one Jenkins folder. So we'll copy this folder and we'll place it here. Okay, in the label we can give any label by which this machine will get identified. So let's give it the same name of the machine name, and in usage we can give only build jobs with label expression matching this node. So once we'll give this node label, then only this node will get select. If we don't give it, then Jenkins by default randomly cannot pick it up. So we want it to get execute only once we'll select this label. Okay, in the launching method there are two methods: launch agent by connecting it to the controller, launch agent by SSH. So the second method is if we are going to set up a Linux slave but we don't want to get it set up, we want to set up a Windows slave. For this, first option is there, and then in custom directory path you can put the same path here. So in our previous video we were doing it by using WebSocket, but this time we are not doing by WebSocket, we are doing it by using a random port method. So we'll not check this option, and in availability we'll use keep this agent as much as possible, online as much as possible. Then we'll click on save, and here you are seeing that this slave has been created, but it is showing this red cross, and here also it is showing red cross with offline. So once we'll click on it, it is saying GNLP agent port is disabled and agent cannot connect in this way. So what we'll do, we'll go to dashboard again. Here we'll go to manage Jenkins. Here we'll go to security, and here if we'll scroll it down till agent, so by default this is disabled. We want to use a random port method, so we'll select random port. I have already covered WebSocket and fixed port method in my previous videos, so if you want to get it connected using these two methods, just check my those video. Today we'll connect it using a random port method. So we'll click on save. Okay, and now if we'll go to nodes and if we'll click on this, so now that error has been removed and we are getting these commands. So whenever we want to create a slave, Windows slave or whether it's a Linux slave, Java has to be there on that particular slave also installed. So we'll go to that Windows machine and then we'll just open any browser and we'll type OpenJDK 17 download Windows. Any version you can download. As of now my Jenkins master is having 17 JDK, so I want to get it installed to make it similar so that there should be no conflict in versions. So once you'll type here and once you'll click enter, you'll get this particular link. So click on it and here you have Java SC17. Click on it. You need to click on Windows 1064 Java Development Kit. So it is trying to download this particular zip. It is downloaded. So here we need to get it extract. So it is getting extract. So once it will get extract, we'll get a JDK 17 folder here. So we'll copy this folder to one of the folder on C drive. So firstly we'll create one folder on C drive with name Java, and then we'll put this particular binary over there. So here you are seeing that under this zip this folder was there, so we'll copy it and then we'll go to C drive. Here we'll create one new folder with name Java and here we'll put it. Okay, so now we'll go inside this folder, inside bin folder, we'll copy it because now JDK binaries are here but Java underscore home path is not yet set. So how we'll get it set? We'll go to environment variables section, and here we'll go to environment variables. Here we'll go to path, and we'll add a new path here till bin. Then we'll click on OK. In the user variables section, we'll go for a new variable, and here we'll create one variable with name caps java underscore home. Okay, and then we'll paste the path again, but we'll remove bin from here and keep this backslash as it is. Click on OK, click on OK, click on OK. Now we'll open a CMD prompt and check whether Java path has been set or not. So we can type a command java ---- version. So here we can see that Java has been set now. So now we'll go to our instruction to master, and then we'll firstly download the agent.jar. So here let's go to our remote directory that we created earlier. So here we'll go to our Jenkins directory. Okay, now we'll download this agent.jar. Let's see whether it is there on Jenkins folder or not. Yes, it got download. Now what our second command is saying? It is saying that we need to get a connection by using a JLNP method. So let's see what it do with this command. So execute it. So it is trying to connect to our Jenkins master, but this time it will be using a random port. So this connection is reverse. In case of Linux, Jenkins master connect to Jenkins Linux slave by using its IP on 22 port. But in case of Windows, actually connection is reversed. So Windows slave tried to connect to Jenkins, and that use either a fixed port method or a WebSocket method or a random port method. So this time it is using a random port. So what port is this using? It is currently trying to get it connect on port 32935. So 32935, it is not yet reachable because this port is blocked from firewall end. So 32935 will open from firewall. So I have set up all these things on my Azure cloud. So this master machine is on Azure cloud. We'll go to networking section, and we need to open port on master side. Okay, so what was the port? It was 32935, I think. Let me recheck. It is 32935. Okay, 32935. We'll click on add, and it is saying that created security rule. So let's go to overview and again back to networking, and here we are seeing that 32935 port has been opened now. So sometimes this port opening takes time. So let's try to get it connect whether it is opened in the backend or not. So we'll again execute this command. So here you are seeing that now it is successfully connected to this particular port. So that's why this method is called random port, because in the previous approach that I did in my previous video for fixed port, there we manually place any port of our choice there and then we open that port. But in case of random port, a random port has been selected in this approach, and then we need to open that random port on the firewall end. So now this has been opened, so we can check whether our Jenkins master is successfully getting connected to our Jenkins slave or not. So what we'll do, we'll install a software. We'll install Notepad++ on this particular machine. So let's see whether Notepad++ is here or not. As of now, you can see that Notepad++ is not here. So what we'll do, we'll go to Jenkins and let's see whether this agent is connected on Jenkins master console also. So we'll go to nodes. Here we can see there is no cross mark and one idle process it is showing. If we click on it, it is saying agent is connected. So we'll create a sample job. So we'll go to new item. We'll give a job name as test, and then we'll select a freestyle project. We'll click on OK, and here we need to choose this option, restrict where this project can be run. So here we'll select our test slave. Here it is coming, but when we click on it, it says no agent cloud matches this label expression. Did you mean test slave instead of test? So this is basically a trick. We just need to do a backspace and then we need to do a click, and now it is saying that test slave is discoverable. And after that we don't need to do. So it is saying label test slave matches, so we are good. We can save it. And we mistakenly do one thing, that we haven't wrote command here. So we'll again go to configure section, and here in the add build step we'll write one command. So I have noted down one PowerShell command. So this command I'll use in order to install software notepad++. So we'll paste it here. So this is basically a PowerShell command. So firstly I'm going to PowerShell exe, then I'm opening it in a administrator mode by verb run as, and then I'm just downloading the software binary from this GitHub URL, and after that I'm just executing this particular installer with /s switch, that is basically a silent switch. Okay, and this semicolon I'm placing because there are 3 commands and I want to execute in a single command, so I have placed a semicolon. So I have just click on save, and then I'll click on build now, and we'll see whether notepad is getting installed or not. So it is executing as of now, so we need to wait for some time to get it successful execute or not. We will check whether it is getting successfully installed or successfully execute or not. So it is taking some time. It is green, so it means it is success. On the console output if we'll see, so there is no error, and it is saying exit 0 with success. Let's see on the machine whether we are able to successfully install it or not. So we'll again search it with notepad++, and here we are seeing that notepad++ has been installed. So guys, in this way we can connect our Windows slave with Jenkins master using a random port method, and you can install any software or anything that you want to do on your client machine, or you can say on the slave machine, by this method. So guys, I'm done with my today's video, and I'll see you in my next video.